Hey guys, welcome to Rare Coin TV.
Welcome back, another episode.
We're talking about the history of the large cent today.
That's right, we had a little Twitter poll, and we had some people share a few ideas of what they thought may be a cool show, and the large cent came up. So,
do you guys like the music right now?
We have kind of a cool background going on here.
We're breaking it down a little bit.
You can see we're actually at a really cool facility here in Santa Ana by the Portola Coffee Roasters. So yeah,
that's how we do it. We break it down.
Enjoy the background a little bit here. So the large cent started off in 1793, originally attributed to Henry Voigt, although it seems like Robert Scott was designing them just as early as Henry Voigt, though.
Robert Scott, best I can see, did get in at 1793, 1794,
right,
designing the cap cent. As far as the flowing hair cent with the chain reverse, the first coin,
right,
that's listed anywhere. There were a few different varieties. It's kind of cool. The first one
was the Ameri dot.
Yeah,
where he couldn't fully spell out America. It was going to get too close to
the United States.
United, was that what it was?
I think it was.
He was going to come back around and he was going to touch United. So he's like,
exactly.
Okay, how about a Mary dot? That'll work, right?
How funny is it that he got that far through the process of engraving the die and went, you know what? Instead of making a new die, I'm just going to abbreviate.
Period.
A Mary dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of fun.
It is a fun coin. Yeah.
So lots of different varieties, coming out of that era. There was the strawberry cent, which only had maybe 4 examples that were known.
Yes.
And not very high grade. Matter of fact, a fine 12 of the strawberry cent sold for over $800,000 within the last 10 years at auction. So
almost the lowest grade you can get.
Jeez, man.
Almost the highest price
yeah,
ever paid for a coin. I mean,
incredible.
When you get into the millions, that's an elite category. That's an ultra rarities segment, which is far different from what most people are used to working with or will ever buy.
Absolutely. So then after that flowing hair design, Robert Scott really took over as the full designer, starting with that drape bust design, moving into the classic head and the coronet head. For it seems like over 40 years, Robert Scott was kind of in charge of the design of a large cent.
He kind of like muscled the other guys out of the way, and he's like, this is mine. I'm designing cents, and nobody else is going to.
I don't
care what you guys say.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, kind of a neat design, with the 1 over 100 representing 1 cent out of $1. Kind of some of the unique early elements on the coinage.
And they had edge lettering as well, which was kind of cool. And I think something that a lot of people talk about when it comes to collecting coins is what kind of value am I going to get for my money?
Right.
And with these coins, yes, there are some that sell for millions of dollars in some cases. There was an MS-65 1793 cent that sold for over $2 million in 2015. So the high grade coins are definitely unattainable for most people. But what a lot of people don't understand as well is there is value to be found. You can sometimes find them for a couple $1,000s, and just about anybody, if they really wanted to, could save a couple $1,000s for something.
Oh yeah. And the basic set of circulation strikes, going from, I believe, eliminating the 1793 and the 1794, going from like 1795, 1796 up to that 1839 issue. Is about 63, 64 coins, so it's not an impossible mission to collect, one of each year. So it's a doable set.
Right, and it is kind of cool because you have this cent. We're used to pennies being really small. You have the cent that's basically the size of a quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's 27 millimeters. A $0.50 is 32, a quarter is 27. Actually, in a range from 27 up to about 28.5 millimeters, depending on who was designing it. So yeah,
freaking huge.
It's the size of a quarter.
Yeah,
that's a big set.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting series. A lot of people that I've run into over the years collect them raw. They collect them not in certified holders. I think it's because you can do it affordably. You can get $20, $30, $40 coins and build a set that way. And what'd you say, there's 63 issues?
Yeah, 63. In a basic circulation set.
And that's not including the 1793 chain, strawberry, and wreath, all that stuff.
I believe it's not. I believe it's not including those first few years. Yeah.
So it might include a Liberty cap in 1794.
I think
go
it
through
did,
the
yeah.
draped bust, then through the coronet.
Classic head, coronet head, and then finally the braided hair scent,
Yeah.
which is when Christian Gobrecht got a hold of it. He did change a little bit of the design of that
He's
last.
one of my favorites. Christian Gobrecht.
Come on, man.
Like the flying eagles.
Seriously.
The guy just.
He epitomizes U.S. coinage. I mean, really.
Oh man, I think he designed the Seated Liberty series, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Some
yeah,
of it,
yeah,
at least.
Yeah. No, I think he did.
Yeah. So I mean, the guy's just he was the next Robert Scott.
Absolutely.
He must have been like Robert Scott's understudy. He's like, oh, I'm going to teach you how to design every coin for the next 60 years.
He may have been. Do you guys know that? Was Christian Gobrecht an understudy for Robert Scott? Was there a relationship? Did they know each other? We'll do some research on our side, but if you guys have these answers, let's see it on Twitter, let's see it on Facebook, on Instagram. Come on, shout out to
That
us.
is the question of the week.
Yeah.
Was Christian Gobrecht an understudy of Robert Scott?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. Do you guys know the answer? I don't.
I know one guy who is probably going to chime in. The guy whose episode idea this was, Arrowhead Broken on Twitter.
You better.
Yeah, no, this he knows a lot about coins.
The guy- yeah.
Sometimes on Twitter he's like, and I'm like, whoa.
Just back away from the keyboard because he will smash you. Yeah.
Well, it makes it fun.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah.
Because there's very few people that get that into coins where they're like talking about really obscure die varieties and stuff, and he does it. So,
and of the large set, I mean, we started looking at some of those registry sets and the Sheldon varieties. There are thousands of varieties of these coins.
just don't.
We want to dive into more of it, and we may do a follow-up show on the large cent and the half cent again, just kind of going into other sections of it. A very wide topic, so we just thought we'd give you guys a few little.
Those early American copper guys, you'll see EAC listed as an organization or a reference sometimes, because those guys get so into the die varieties of the early copper that, I mean, you'll see dozens listed in books. There's really hundreds of early varieties if you really dig into it deep. So for the purpose of this show, we're not going to do that.
We're just having some fun with large cents today.
And and as far as some people ask, is it a good time to buy? Is it not a good time to buy? I would say that with early America, it doesn't matter.
It just doesn't.
There's one early America that real estate's limited to maybe a 10-year period or so.
Right.
For the beginning of our country. There will only ever be one beginning of our country. So instead of trying to decide, like, should I do it now? Should I wait 5 years, 10 years, whatever? Here's what we know. Throughout the ages, it's had an upward trajectory. Yes, there's highs. Yes, there's lows. In fact, coming in from the mid-90s through the early 2000s, anything early got red hot. Copper, silver, gold, anything went up tenfold. The thing is, it doesn't matter. Yes, there was a correction after that, but when it comes to early America, there's only so much real estate, and if you want to get into it, the time is now when you have the money.
Yeah, and actually next month in December, Heritage does have an auction coming up. I believe the 13th through the 15th. I'll double check those dates. But they have quite a few pieces of large cents in there. Some low-grade certified material with CAC stickers that are starting at $300, $400. Some really neat dates that are very obtainable. So definitely check that out.
There's a lot of great ways to buy these large cents throughout the years. You can go to a coin show. If you go to a coin show, you're going to find hundreds of raw examples of these. You might find dozens or hundreds of certified coins. You can buy at an auction at a show like John was just talking about. And then there's tons on eBay. I found a 1793 chain cent for 156 bucks that had 36 bids, on eBay. So
was it graded or raw?
It was a PCGS genuine coin.
Perfect. That's perfect.
It still had some time, so it'll probably go for hundreds, not 150.
Yeah, but still.
But what we're saying is, if you want to collect these coins, there's a lot of places to go. We don't have a lot of experience looking in coins shops for these. I'm sure they're around, just like they are anywhere else. But definitely any of those other sources we just said.
But show us your large sets. If you guys got some already,
Yeah,
you
post
guys-
some
you guys have
pictures
some
in the
you wanna share,
comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
post some pictures. We want to see them for sure. And hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hope you guys enjoy the show, and we'll be back with more soon.
And don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button.
All right, guys. We'll see you again.
See you next week.